Hello, Donna here, spiritual life and business coach, helping you live into your entelechy, the fullest realized expression of who you came here to be in this life from the inside out. Today I'm going to talk to you about boundaries and setting boundaries, how to set healthy boundaries for balance. What happens when we're not setting healthy boundaries, or when we're not setting boundaries at all, is we create imbalance by having an extreme in one direction or the other. For example, if somebody's a workaholic, let's say, and they're always saying yes to work, yes to work, yes to work, what happens is they give so much of their life force, their attention, and their energy to that one area that the other areas in their lives, which could be their spouse, their children, their home, their recreation, those all suffer and become imbalanced. So setting healthy boundaries is really recognizing that we have to evenly distribute our energies to all of the different interests that we have in our life. And we have to remember that we are on that list. And so this is where sometimes it's difficult to set healthy boundaries. And a lot of the time, the reason that people are challenged with setting boundaries is because they're in a mode of people pleasing. And when we're people pleasing, we are not wanting to rock the boat. We want to go along to get along. We want to keep the status quo. So today I'm going to give you 3 steps to setting healthy boundaries, which could diffuse some of the scary feelings that we might have in doing so. So the first thing is to make it about you. You know, setting a healthy boundary is really a self-honoring act of loving, and asking for what you need in the world is an important way that you maintain balance within yourself. And when you do this, there's this natural wellspring of self-esteem that comes forward within you. So step number 1 is to make it about you. We could have a tendency to blame or finger point if somebody is encroaching on us. And the challenge and why it could feel so scary is if we start making accusations on something that somebody else is doing something wrong, per se. And that's why it's so important to make it about you. So the first thing you can say is, I've made a discovery that for my, and you're going to fill in the blanks here, like for my overall health and well-being, for my happiness, for my sanity, for my peace of mind, I need, and here you're going to fill in the blanks with what it is you need. So make it about you. I've discovered for my fill in the blanks, I need fill in the blanks. What is it that you need? So I've discovered for my overall health and well-being, I need some quiet time for myself where I can just go in and reflect. The second step, state your desire for support rather than asking for permission. When we're asking for permission, we have fallen again into that people-pleasing dynamic where we're giving somebody else our power and we are giving away our own inner authority around what it is we need. So as we state our desire for support rather than asking for permission, we could say something like, as I've discovered that this new pattern, behavior, positive habit that I'm trying to create of being in the silence in the morning is so important to me and feeling so beneficial, it would mean a lot to me if I could have your support. Just using the word support is illustrating what it is you're asking for from the person. So the third step, and I'm going to give you an example of this whole thing. The third step is to then make an agreement. And when we make an agreement with someone, we are essentially making a proposal on what it is we want to have happen. And then we are asking for an agreement to that proposal. So, therefore, I propose that you're going to fill in the blanks here, and you're going to really talk about what it is you want to have happen, or how you want the other person to participate with you in whatever it is you're trying to create. And then you're going to ask them if they are willing to support you in whatever it is you proposed. So I'm going to give you an example, and then I'll restate the 3 steps of the process for you one more time. So I've come to realize that having quality time in the morning is really important to me. It gives me time to reflect on my own life and my needs, and it helps me gain clarity around the things that I want and need to take action on to move my own life forward. It would feel so nourishing to me to have your support of this new habit that I'm trying to create in my life. Would you be willing to honor silence from the time that we wake up in the morning until about 8 a.m. so that I can just have this time alone with my thoughts? Would you be willing to be in the silence with me for that period of time? That's it. So the first thing, you're going to make it about you, right? You are the most important person in your life experience. And if your cup is empty, you're not really in a place to give to anybody else. The second step, state your desire for support rather than asking for permission. You're an adult. This is your life. You can ask for what you need. And that in and of itself is such a beautiful opportunity for growth and evolution when we can really start doing that from a self-honoring place inside of ourselves. And then lastly, make an agreement. State what it is, how you would like the other person to participate, and ask them, are you willing to support me in this? My name is Donna Bond. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please click like and subscribe below. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.